Now, here's Chris.
Good morning. Get myself ready here. It's 6:31 and welcome to the Chris Moyles Show live on Radio X from Leicester Square in London, home of M&M World and what everybody thought was going to be a mega Greggs, but it turned out it's just a little corner shop Greggs, but at the bottom of a bigger building, so you think it's a lot bigger. It's just a Greggs.
The rumour was, back in the day, it was going to be a 4-storey superstore.
Yeah.
Just full of sausage rolls.
Well, me and Toby met that couple, do you remember, at Foo Fighters? I say, do you remember? I haven't said this on air. And they said...
No, we don't. We don't know what you're talking about.
They said, we were in London for a few days, someone's got the kids, all really excited. And I said, what are you doing tomorrow? They said, well, first thing we're going to do is go and have a look at that mega Greggs.
Well, it won't take long.
And I went, oh, are you? Great. Yeah. I didn't tell him.
No.
Felt bad.
There's just below our building where Radio X is. Good morning, by the way, if you're watching on Global Player. Hello, everybody. Hello, good morning. You can watch us live on Global Player right now. So why not do that? Open up your app, have a little watch, enjoy the show. This building that we're in, the way that it's designed, the corner of the building, so underneath us, going that way, if you're watching, there's loads of restaurants. And it narrows down to a point, the way they've just designed the building. And there used to be a Subway sandwich counter.
Yes.
Where?
Out the front door.
Yeah.
Take a left.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So there.
And then there's a couple of restaurants that are actually really quite wide.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But at the end of there,
right.
it's where there's a little counter that often has cakes on it because they don't know what to do with the space.
Right.
But before the restaurant had it, it's got to be the world's smallest Subway.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not there anymore. Now, I don't know why, but I remember it had very unusual opening hours.
Oh, did it?
Some mornings it would be 7.
Right.
Some mornings it would be 8:30.
It was so narrow, you couldn't get two people passing each other in the shop.
No.
Could you?
Really?
No,
Yeah.
It was so narrow. You have the counter.
Next time you go down, have a little look. Because now it's literally got a fridge at a weird angle, and that's it, because they don't know what to do with it. It's so there. Look, there's the Subway there. Now, from the outside, it just looks normal. But that, on the left-hand side, if you're watching on the television, that goes into a point, like the top of a triangle.
Yeah.
Right? Please try and zoom in. So, it had a counter, but on the left-hand side, that goes to nothing, Pippa. It's like walking towards the corner of a room.
I see.
And I don't even know how the guy got behind the counter. He almost had to go underneath.
In my head, it was always a trapdoor. I don't know why. There was a secret underground passage just appear in the shop. Otherwise, how'd you get in?
Actually, it looks very nice. I don't remember it even being that big.
Nice flowers outside the front, look.
Enough room to make a sandwich.
It's quite sizable.
Can I just say, they do lovely flowers in Leicester Square in London. If you ever come round, I don't know who pays for this, whether it's the council or the people who, the companies that own the buildings in Leicester Square. But you see early in the morning, a van comes round and they replant all these lovely flowers and make it all lovely. And then often on a Monday morning or a Friday morning, because people have gone out on the lash.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They think it's hilarious after a few pints to go and rip flowers out of flower beds and just chuck them up in the air.
Yeah. It's quite sad, really.
It's mindless vandalism.
And then I see the guys the next day just clearing it up, replanting the flowers and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly a flowers kind of a guy, but I like things to look aesthetically pleasing and pretty.
Absolutely. It makes everything look nicer, I think.
Speaking of which, I'm not going to get into it because I don't know enough about it, but there was a social disturbance in Leeds last night, I think is the way to describe it. Which you may have seen stuff on social media or in the news about it.
It'll be in our news at 7 o'clock.
It's really upset me. Really, really upset me. I know the area of Leeds really, really well. Born and raised in Leeds. My parents live just, a couple of miles away from there. I've got friends who live around the area. And just to see the violence and the disruption and all the stuff last night, it really upset me this morning when I started looking at that. And again, I won't get into it. I've tried to find out what it was, what started it, why it happened. And I'm not 100% sure, so it wouldn't be right for me to go on about it in that way. But I've always felt like this when people end up throwing stuff and setting things on fire and whatnot, and you kind of like, but you live there.
A police car was overturned and a double-decker bus was set on fire as well.
I saw a video of a guy trying to set fire to a bus. Now, and he stood there. I can't talk about this without having some kind of humour involved in it, because A, it's what I do.
Yeah.
And B, I watched a video of a man, the back of the bus is open, and he's got a lighter, and he's trying to set fire to the seat, you know, the upholstered seats. And someone's videoed him. And the thing is, I grew up in, so I was born in the 90s. And Leeds and Bradford and West Yorkshire has always been very multicultural. So I've grown up in this thing about, you know, different faces on the street and all that. As far as I'm concerned, growing up in Leeds, that's all I ever saw. And the accents of some of the people in the Leeds Bradford area have always just really made me very happy.
Yeah.
You know, you can have somebody who's born in Leeds and their parents could have been born in two different places. And so the accents in that house, there's a myriad. Same with mine. My dad had a Leeds accent, mum had an Irish accent, right? And there are people who grow up and they just have like the best, like, because they've got like Yorkshire accent, right? But obviously their parents have got very strong accents from where they're from, innit? Right. So, and it's just a lovely
It's
time.
that guy you always talk about who owns, is it the Italian restaurant in Leeds?
Yeah. They've lived in Leeds as long as they lived in Italy, if not longer. So they have this hybrid of Leeds/Italy accent.
Yes.
Hello, welcome to the Utilic table over here for pizza.
That's nice, yeah.
Anyway, this fella's trying to set fire to the seat of a bus in the hope that I don't know what he's thinking. And then there's someone filming it going, oh my God, he's trying to set fire to a bus. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're trying to set fire to a bus. And there's a guy with like a little Bic lighter and he's kind of just got it lit. And he kind of looks at the guy filming him as if to go, I mean, I don't know what's going through his mind. And then someone gets the engine at the back open and someone puts a lighter to it. And I'm like,
oh, that's silly.
What, is there anything going through your mind at this point at all? I get that people get caught up in it, rightly or wrongly. But you're trying to set fire to an engine of a bus. That can't end well, can it?
Exactly.
That's kind of like trying to put a firework in your mouth and set fire to it just to see what it tastes like. It doesn't...
It's quite shocking, actually, some of the...
Oh, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. It really, really upset me. And I'm just, you know... People just, like... seemingly look out of their minds, just throwing things at them. They're trying to smash a police car up with a shopping trolley.
Yeah.
What are you doing? If you live, that's where you live, or setting fire to stuff. And it just really upset me. And again, I don't know what, you know, I've read lots of different reports.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people just join in, even if they're not sure why they get all
I think that's exactly it.
And it snowballs.
You get caught up in it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just, you know, everyone in that area has been affected by that. I just, you know, it's just nice. I just hate seeing stuff like that. I remember years and years ago seeing people, there were some riots in a certain part of London, and there was a shopkeeper who just comes out and he goes, they're smashing up the place. These are our shops. This is my business.
Yeah.
Why are they smashing up our place, which is where we live? And I've never got it. And it is, a lot of the time, just like idiots. But the amount of people in Leeds who are just running around filming, filming it all, thinking what a hoot it is. Nah.
Yeah.
Just upset me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. You know, I saw a video of some kids they'd obviously been kicked out of obviously. They're outside a supermarket, they've closed the doors, and these kids are trying to, like, kick the door in. And they're kids, like kids. Well, not kids.
Right.
And they're filming as they're doing it, but they're trying to cover their faces. So someone is inside the store filming these kids trying to, like, kick the door down or whatever. And these kids keep covering their faces, but they keep forgetting to cover their faces.
Right, okay.
So they're covering their faces and filming themselves as they kick the door. But as they go to kick the door, they drop their hand from their face. So you can see these kids.
It's a lot to think about, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they put their hands... I mean, they're very young.
Yeah.
It's like tapping your head and rubbing your tongue.
Exactly.
You know, they could be in the early days of vandalism. So they've not sussed it. They're not got it down yet.
They're rookies.
And you can hit pause on a video.
But I always think with these videos, somebody's watching that video somewhere and they're going, Barbara, that's Tommy's lad, isn't it? Is that Wayne? That's Wayne there, kicking the hell out of the Tesco's door. Because that's the video you never see, is when the mum and dad find out and they'll go, here, Wayne, can we have a chat? Yeah. What are you doing? Because you know when it happens. Good God, if my dad had caught me trying to kick the door of the local Tesco's in, he'd have hung me off the Humber Bridge by my ankles.
Yeah.
And made me smoke the entire packet of cigarettes. Oh, no, I'm mixing up.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm mixing up scenarios. Anyway, look, it's Friday, and I hope everybody is good. I hope everybody is well, and it's the weekend, and there's some nice weather.
Yes.
Not everywhere. Once again, this small little place where we live, it makes it very difficult for us. I watched the weather last night. There's going to be rain in certain parts of the UK.
Yes,
that is spreading across.
It's a bit of a north-south split. It's
Yeah.
very, very warm. Very hot, actually.
It's going to be warm. It's going to be about 22, 23 in some areas, and with bits of rain. However, in London, there's going to be no rain, and it could hit 30 degrees.
Yeah, it will hit 30, 31, something like that, I think.
And then tomorrow, that drops about 8 or 9 degrees. It's just another weird weather day.
It can't last too long, can it, obviously? Yeah, then it goes back down to early 20s again.
We got a one-day heat wave.
Pretty much. It's a mini heat wave.
What's the weather like tomorrow in Winchester, please, Dom?
I imagine it's about sort of 23, 24 degrees, Pip, hazy sunshine.
Perfect.
Eclipse.
Well, you're going to Wobblefest, aren't you?
It's right. But, right, both of you two.
Oh, it's a bit of rain, actually, Pip.
Is it
A
really?
little bit of rain tomorrow in Winchester.
Oh, no. Okay.
At least there's big marquees and stuff where you're going.
Let's dress.
What do your friends? What's the plan? Do your friends want to start queuing for when the gates open so they can get the first dibs on all the food stalls?
No, we'll just wander in whenever we're all together. And we'll just have a little look around and probably have a drink first.
I don't think you will.
And then we'll have a look at the food counters.
I don't think you will. I reckon your friends can do both.
And then we'll go and see Carly Varley.
Carly Varley, yeah.
Her mum Instagram messaged me yesterday.
Oh, stop.
Carly
I
Varley's?
think her name was Rhonda. I can't remember now.
Rhonda Varley.
Strong name.
Yeah.
I think her mum's name's Marley.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Marley Varley.
Rhonda Varley.
That's like Rhonda Valley. I think somebody's playing games with you.
She has been an independent artist since she was 17. Carly Varley is her real name. Love and hugs from
And that's from the Rhonda Valley.
Rhonda Varley.
Yeah,
Carly's
Rhonda Varley.
proud
Come
mum.
on. I think
Morning, Rhonda and Carly Varley.
Rhonda and Carly Varley. You never said that before, have you? That's a unique sentence there.
Oh, we've had a message from the Rhonda Valley
Yeah.
saying, Shemai, Chris.
Oh, you're going to have so much fun there eating all the food.
Hey, we have an announcement to make this morning. Don't worry, we're not leaving
No.
yet.
Not yet.
No, we've got a big announcement to do with the Chris Moyles show.
Yeah.
As of next week. We're going to start at 8 and finish at 9.
Yeah, finally.
Ooh.
No, we can do that to you, you lovely listeners and viewers. But yeah, later on. What time are we doing that? Just after 8?
Yeah.
Okay. So just after 8 o'clock. Oh. But so make sure you're listening just after 8 this morning for the announcement. 6:45, you're listening to Radio X. That's Radio X, the name of this great radio station, fresh rock and guitar-based music. In case somebody ever asks you, what do you listen to in the morning? Why not write it down so you don't forget the name of this fine station? Radio X, we're called. That's Radio X. Write it down so you know you listen to Radio X. And it's almost a weekend. Really looking forward to it. Not had a drink since Sunday, so when I was watching the Old England game. So tonight I'm going to get absolutely wazzoed. Okay, let's get back to the hits now with a classic from Phil Collins.
All the time, so studio.
Shabba. Now she don't even know my name, but I think she likes me just the same. Go on, Phil. Yeah, happy bunny.
Your mate.
Yeah.
What's Susudio mean?
Huh?
What is Susudio?
Do you know, I knew you were going to ask me that, and I was listening to this song the other day. I was on the treadmill, and I put on, I don't know, Heart 80s or something. I'm so loyal to Global.
Do you know what? We listen to Heart 80s.
Oh, it's blooming brilliant.
It is good.
They're like great half-hour stations, all those. And you can leave them on all day, but like if you just put it on for half an hour and then switch it off, you'll be like, oh, that's the greatest radio station in the world. But the thing is, you hear a lot of the same songs again, which is great if you love those songs and you haven't heard them. So what I do is I flick between Heart 80s, Heart 90s, and I told you the other week I actually dropped Heart 70s for a bit.
Oh, okay.
And I listened for about 25 minutes, and I'm not a big 70s music fan. Every song was a banger.
Yeah.
Did you recognise them all?
Yeah, all mega hits, all major big hits. And one of them that I knew from this being in the chart in the 80s that I didn't realise was a re-release, so it's actually originally the 70s.
No.
Anyway. And I was listening to Phil Collins' Susudio, and I actually thought, I've never actually looked that up to why it's called Susudio.
It's a little football game, isn't it? Sorry.
Oh, I can see a jingle.
Well done. You've just made the worst joke on today's show.
Sorry.
So your first one
What?
of those?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it could be.
Oh, I feel quite proud.
It was a good one to kick off with.
Yeah,
The worst joke on today's show.
Yeah, sorry. We were all thinking it, weren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no.
The worst joke.
So, sorry, back to...
Mark from Manchester says, you can finish your show now, Chris. You've peaked after playing Phil Collins. It's all downhill from here. You know, you're right. You are right. I love a bit of Phil.
We peaked just after Phil Collins, actually.
Apparently, Phil Collins was playing around with a drum machine one day, and the lyric Susudio was just the first thing that popped out of his mouth. So I kind of knew I had to find something else for that word. Then I went back and tried to find another word that scanned as well as Susudio. I couldn't find one, so I called it Susudio.
Did he mean studio?
Well, no, but because there's a girl that's been on my mind all the time, Susudio. So is her name Sudio?
Sue.
I guess.
Or is she called Sue? D.O.
You could be.
Ah, that would make more sense.
But why is it called Susudio?
Susudio, yeah. It was trouble
She's
getting...
got a little stutter.
a little stutter.
And it's also, so her name would be Sue Susudio.
Yeah, Sue Susudio.
I mean, maybe it is.
Could be.
If you've got the surname Susudio, please text in 83936.
Yeah.
And start your message with, I'm a Susudio. Thank you very much.
I'd make a little Toby Larone, maybe. It's a very niche one, isn't it?
Susudio.
Sue has texted in saying, can you say hello to me? That's Sudio. Can you play some Phil Collins?
Yeah. Your mate Phil Collins, of course. Yeah,
Listen, I know you guys love to mock me over this story, but here's the bottom line. I met Phil Collins.
You did. He loved the experience, and you loved the experience.
And we had a chat, and he...
What was the chat?
Just, hey, how are you?
It was in a
Blah, blah,
studio
blah.
here, wasn't it?
I think I thanked him. I said thank you for all the great songs that you keep on making.
Yeah.
Because I love Phil Collins. I think he's brilliant.
You're a big fan of Phil Collins.
Yeah, from his days in Genesis to then going solo.
That's it.
And yes, we had a lovely chat.
That's it.
Okay. And then he was very busy. He was about to do an interview. He was about to record an interview, Pippa.
Was he?
What was the words again at the end?
His words were, anyway, we best get on, as he turned away from me.
Turned away.
But that's because...
Did he turn away from you before you'd left?
No.
No.
Well...
I think he did.
Yeah. So, no, he was...
Then his PR person was like, we have a 15-minute
he sat
break.
like this, Pippa, watch. He sat like this to do the interview. I've walked into his right, so he's turned. Oh, lovely to meet you, Chris. He says, I'm a massive fan of your work.
Did he say that?
I think
Paraphrasing.
something like that.
Right.
Anyway, and I had a chat with him, and that was great. And then we had a pitch. And then he goes, anyway, we must get. crack on. And because and I said, yes, I'll leave you to it, Phil Collins.
Oh, there's a
and then
lovely
we had a
picture.
lovely picture, and he's beaming. He is beaming. He's like, oh, I can't believe I'm having my photo taken with Chris Moyles.
If you get your protractor out there,
Yeah.
there's a certain kind of angle that
Yeah, he's leaning away, isn't
we're
he,
all
Pip?
leaning
That's
up
what-
over
No. I'm leaning in, so that's why it looks like he's leaning away.
Yeah.
And also, okay, if you got your ruler out, and you might say that is if you got a spirit level,
Yes.
you might say that smile on his face is actually a dead straight. It's just his resting
it's
lips.
kind of quite.
That's it.
If anything,
But
it's
no,
maybe
that's
slide
an optical
down.
illusion. He actually looked like this in real life, Pippa. Hey!
It's just the angle of the picture.
Yeah, that's all. That's all.
As soon as that picture was taken, they put a curtain around him. You know, like they used to do on
You're
stage.
just jealous.
What?
You're just jealous because I met Phil Collins.
I've never met Phil Collins. You're absolutely right.
Phil Collins, the best man.
Looks a bit like Gerald from Clarkson's Farm there.
He does a little bit.
Do you know what? Why don't you all shut up?
Do you know, they bring
Just
out the
your mate.
same feelings as Liam Gallagher's birthday message to you.
Do you know what?
It's kind of
And then
what you
I'll
mean.
go and Jeff off. Right, because of that, I've now renamed Radio X to Radio Phil Collins.
Wow.
X. So we're going to play all the hits and more from the great Phil Collins. And remember this one now. Had a great drum intro and a very, very catchy chorus like a lot of Phil's songs has. This is called Two Hearts. Phil Collins' music would work perfect for Random FM.
Oh, it would actually. It really would. I'm glad Random FM is sticking around.
If you weren't listening yesterday, I never know how we get to these places, but we came up with the idea for a radio station called Random FM, where the DJs will just say random words, but the last thing they have to say before the singing is the name of the artist, and that's it.
It's quite telling, isn't it? It's quite
Yeah.
revealing.
So, for example, it would go like sunshine, t-shirts, lollipop, jam tart, apron strings, kitchen table, frying pan, coconut, wig, Pez dispenser, Fonzie, Phil Collins.
I am a massive fan of Random FM. There's a market for it.
There is.
There really is.
Who wants to have a go?
James is excellent at this.
James?
No.
Do you remember? We
Can't
talked
do
about
it.
this.
James, you were all like space shuttles and sausages yesterday.
Oh, James, you're on.
Crumpet, unicorn, newsreader, magazines, custard cream, Grand National,
What? Just say Genesis.
Genesis.
See, you laughed too soon. The laugh was surely custard cream's granddad.
Hang on, I didn't like newsreader, magazines, custard creams. If I'm honest with you.
But it rhymes.
The Holy Trinity.
It doesn't have to rhyme, by the way.
to rhyme.
Lovely segue.
But if you want it to rhyme, that's fine.
Oh.
What's your favourite Phil Collins song, Pip?
She's got the thingy touch.
Stop being such a mega fan.
Yeah, big fan over here.
What, the one that we just played?
Should we send this clip to Phil? He'll love
She's
that.
got the thingy touch.
I'm feeling a bit.
Oh, she's got the old, the old touch one.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, what about the?
Oh, Pippa, you're on.
Oh, plug, finger. Oh, strawberry. Alan Titchmarsh. Cross of creams again.
Look out the window. Look at that window.
Headphone. Window. Thank you. Flower pot. Crack.
Say Phil Collins. Phil Collins.
Oh my God, that's so hard.
I mean, I'm excited.
Did you say crack?
Ended on crack. Sorry.
Because the window was
I've
cracked.
Dominic, you going in?
Sure, why not?
All right, it's time for the Dominic Burns Show.
Bungalow, Tessa Sanderson. Laptop, mobile phone, Belgium. Fridge, ice cubes, daffodils, Phil Collins is coming up. Mike Muff. Headphones. Mike Muff. Building. McDonald's. Food. Phil Collins is on the way still. Camera. Dust. Curtains, blinds, those ones. Camper van. Wheels. Hubcaps. Of Phil Collins. It's quite a long intro, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I chose it. It was quite a creepy one, that one.
Do you feel?
Yeah. Curtains. Phil Collins. Just the way you went, Phil Collins.
Yeah. Let's send Phil this.
It's really hard to do.
It is hard to do. Eddie Izzard is the genius of that, isn't he?
Wow. It's still had to audition if you wanted a show.
That's true.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, believe it or not, that's the first 25 minutes done. Thank you for watching today. The show will continue all the way through to 10 o'clock this morning. We're switching off the cameras, so everybody wave, and we'll see you after the news. Oh, you won't see us. Keep waving. Keep waving. Keep waving. Keep waving. Stop.
The Chris Moyles Show.